Hello everyone, Joe Vitale, American Retirement Advisors with the Gradient Investments weekly talking points for the week ending November 12th, 2021. Stocks last week, the equity markets cooled off a little bit after a strong rally. Inflation numbers came in above expectations, added a little bit of concern to the markets, elevated the prices might be around more than anticipated. Again, we talked about inflation not necessarily being transitory, and this is what you're seeing now. They're saying, oh, it might stick around a little bit more. Yeah, we kind of figured. But the S&P 500 was down 0.27, so not too bad. The Russell, which is a small cap, was down 1%. The MSCI, which is the developed markets, was down 0.34, and the MSCI, which is emerging markets, was up 1.71. Fixed income markets continue to grapple with the changing dynamic as it digests the rising inflation numbers and announced tapering by the Federal Reserve. So U.S. Treasury rates rose during the week with a 2-year rate increasing by 14 basis points to the end of the week at 0.53, while the 10-year rate increased 13 basis points to end the week at 1.58%. Now let's talk about commodities. Oil prices, right? Look at the pump prices. Well, they were down a little bit for the week with West Texas crude ending at $80.79 per barrel. Gold was up 2.2% during the week based on inflation concerns, ending at $1,868 per ounce. Now, the Consumer Price Index data showed a 6.2% year-over-year increase from last October. Talk about inflation, 6.2%. That is the highest year-over-year price since December 1990. Core inflation, which basically takes out food and energy, was up 4.6%. Energy, shelter, and vehicle costs were the largest drivers up for the higher inflation rate. Get to some company news in our G50 portfolio. Atmos Energy was up 1.53% for the week after reporting earnings that were slight miss compared to the expectations, but issued guidance that was in line with expectations. The company also raised their dividend by 9% to 0.68 cents per share, and their current yield is $2.85. 2.85%, which is why it's in the G50 portfolio. We talk about dividend stocks. There's a great example. MasterCard, which is a core select holding, was up 4.22% for the week as investors reacted positively to the intraday investor day recap of the business. Long-term guidance for revenue growth in the mid-teens and the EPS growth in the low 20s gave investors confidence that positive business trends remain intact. So as we talk about, we still think we're going to see some growth, right? Even though not everything is 100% open. It's going back and forth. It's stifling. It's growing. Is it not? We still have a long way to go, but there is a lot of concern. So we're going to be staying the course, making sure we're positively and properly allocated. And that's what we talk about all the time. So that's it for this week. Thank you so much for being a part of the ARA family. Remember, if you want to reach us, 855-756-5700. or aradvisorsinc.com. God bless you. We'll see you next week.